El gran y encantador descenso. Vale. Es que llegas a este juego y bueno, a este juego, como quieras llamarlo, y
Let's talk about video game
¿y
development
tienes
for a second.
curiosidad por saber qué
Every
hay?
video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot
Sí,
do.
eso más o menos
So
lo
in other
entendía.
words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Sí. Oh. Y si yo quiero ir al... Vale, no puedo ir al de
To make
menos
all
válidos.
of these games,
Es que tengo
Coda
que
is
irla.
using an engine called Source.
Vale,
Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear
Puedo
corridors.
saltar, ¿no?
That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just
Puedo caer,
because
¿no?
he's working with what the engine does well.
Y no muero. Vale.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's
Sí, son todos
games
cuadrados
to
y
notice
cosas
how they
rectas.
seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing
Exacto.
linear, boxy corridors.
Pues no, eso no sabía, que el Source tiene y se le da mucho mejor hacer cosas en plan rectas. No tenía ni idea. Va, que ya hemos llegado casi. Wow, eso espero y creo. A ver. Ay, no, ya estamos. Ah, vale, no, no puedo... Vale, puedo saltar al vacío, pero no puedo bajar. Ah, que hay un cristal. Guay, guay. Ahora tiene algo de sentido. Señor narrador, no me abandones ahora. ¿Hola? Ah, guay, gracias. Ese pitido es también del Half-Life 2. ¿Eh? ¿What? ¿Por qué? Bueno, y si yo quiero ir para... Vale, no es como Stanley para hoy, que no puedo ir hacia otro lado.
Funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Pues gracias, hombre.
This
No
is
me
something that
hace
he and
mucha
I used to
gracia eso de
argue
estar
about
una
a
hora
lot.
aquí.
You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in,
Estaba
and nothing
loquísimo,
else.
no tiene
Believe me,
sentido.
I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere.
Creo que picaste. No lo... Ah, que no la había. Pero qué sentido tiene que un chaval te mande miles de juegos, entre comillas. Y que sean cosas vacías. No tiene puto sentido. Mira,
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Vale. Ja, soy un mago de los
There's still no
acertijos.
clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over.
Ah, vale, que lo
But
repiten
I
varios
promise
juegos, no es
I'll
que
share with you my
lo hayas puesto tú
interpretation
así
very
ya.
shortly.
Vale, espero que sea verdad, porque me gustaría enterarme de algo. ¿Hola? Escuchar, hablar. Tú has salido de arriba.
Here,
Vete
Coda
por ahí
begins using a
arriba.
kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities.
What?
Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Le voy a contar lo de los bloques. Ese es el mundo de ahí arriba, tú has estado allí, no me digas. Tuviste que superar un acertijo con 2 puertas. ¿Sí? Exacto. Perfecto, una vez más, y ahora dinos cómo lo has resuelto. Dinos la solución, dinos cómo ir al otro lado. Hazme caso, no te gustaría ir allí, no me fío. No me fío de la gente con cubos cara. Tenemos que hacerlo, tenemos que ir allá, ¿lo entiendes? Es la cosa más importante del mundo. Tenemos que escapar de esta prisión. Tiene que haber un final, te lo prometo. No hay nada que desee más. Te vas a quedar escuchando, ¿no? Porque no tengo mucho que decir. Son de cristal. Ah, vale, ya me puedo ir. Bueno, pues te quedas con las ganas, amigo. Ah. No me digas que tengo que repetir la conversación. ¿Qué dices? Sí. ¿Quieres saber cómo se resuelve? No. ¿Lo has visto ya? Ya ves. Pues, ¿por qué me importa el espacio del acertijo? Y no pasa nada, pero dímela. ¡No! ¿Por qué? Esto es muy rayante, pero está guay, no sé.
And so we make one last descent
down
to the final
me
floor of
apetece, me ha apetecido. Este tío es un genio, no sé si habrá hecho algo más aparte de esos dos juegos, pero... ¡Guau! Me está encantando esto, espero que a vosotros también, la verdad. Me han recomendado, por cierto, que lo juegue todo lo más de seguido posible, así que si veis que hago algún corte raro...
It's a
eso...
lamppost. Okay, I can't
gracias
tell
por
you
la
quite
aclaración.
why, but
Bueno,
for
si
some
hago
reason,
algún corte
Coda
raro, ya
fixates
sabéis
on
por
this
qué es.
lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out.
Una farola.
I'll tell you what I
¿Entonces
think.
ya hemos acabado?
I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something.
¿Y eso es la farola?
He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Vale. La farola es el final, vale, hasta eso hemos llegado. Guay. Todo muy ok. Este juego está conectado a internet. Puedes dejar notas mientras vayas andando. Todas las notas que ves las ha dejado otros jugadores. A ver si es verdad. Vale. Bonita habitación. Pues no. No, esto no lo ha dejado otro jugador. No.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce
¿Cómo se
this,
hace
but
este juego?
this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention.
Razonable.
I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
¿Está intentando expresar lo que él siente?
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely
es verdad, es como... Ábrete, Sésamo, exacto, podrías abrir... Ah, vale, que por aquí hay... Puedo continuar, perfecto. Es verdad, es como que nos está metiendo en su mundo, en sus pensamientos. Por cierto, he encendido la luz porque se me empezaba a ver oscuro, no sé por qué, pero bueno, vamos a ello. Buah, menos mal que no es necesario leer todo, porque si tengo que leer eso de ahí, voy a flipar. ¿Y el codo este será de verdad? ¿Existirá de verdad? ¿O será algo también inventado por el creador de lo que es el juego este, el de Beginners? Ahí os he pillado. Va, que ya llegamos al final. Y eso resalta, no sé, es todo como muy estéril, por así decirlo, es todo blanco, gris, pero hay un montón de color. Lo raro es que no haya dicho nada el narrador sobre eso. En fin. Es que si os puedo saltar, yo...
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means.
Buah,
Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on. And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Ahí hay uno que lo ha conseguido. Pero en realidad no existe, aún así quiero saber qué cojones dice. Máquinas de escribir. ¿Cómo se fijan? ¿What? La farola, hemos acabado. Lo que no entiendo es por qué tanta máquina de escribir. Pero bueno, estás ahí. Di algo. Habla, algo. Pero no puedo. Que no puedo. Estás loco, tío, estás loquísimo. Estás muy loco.